Keith Hilson at the Trombone Shop at Schmidt Music here, back with another instrument, a demo video for you. So, in a previous video, I had reviewed the XO-1240L-T bass trombone. I've got its sister in the shop at this point. This is the 1240L-T. The difference being that the RL-T has a 9.5-inch one-piece rose brass bell. This has got a yellow brass bell. Otherwise, all of the other specs stay the same. So it's still a 571 bore on the slide, standard yellow brass outer tubes, nickel silver crook, dual axial-flow valves on here. So I want to take a chance to play this for you quick so that you can hear this and compare it against the RL-T to really kind of get an idea for what those two bells do for this bass trombone. So the biggest things that I notice about the 1240L-T versus the RL-T, the rose brass bell versus yellow brass bell, is the sound, the response. The rose brass bell on this model, I think, gave it that really unique sound. It was, especially compared to a lot of other bass trombones, it still had clarity to it, but it was a very warm, mellow sound. It was something you could push and it would get brighter at upper dynamics, but again, it was a very different timbre. So for somebody looking for a different sound, I think it fit really nicely. That being said, I do really like this setup. This to me is a much more kind of classic American bass trombone sound. It's got a little bit more focus to it. It's maybe a little bit brighter, but it's got a ton of core. It's a very consistent sound throughout the ranges. I feel like I can push the dynamics and it stays a little bit more centered, a little bit more stable. I really like the response in the upper range, and this is coming from a non-bass trombonist. I'm really a tenor trombonist, but playing something like this, it makes me feel like, yeah, I could actually, perform on this bass trombone. It's working with me. The axial flow valves feel really good. That's one of the things I like about the XO basses in general, is the valves always feel great. And I do like, again, their, lead pipe options. I'm using the shorter of the two yellow brass lead pipes on here, but it does come with a longer yellow brass lead pipe and a sterling silver lead pipe. Now, on this particular setup, I think the sterling silver gets a little bit bright and edgy, but there are certain situations I could see, maybe even a big band situation, something else where you want a little bit more pop and projection, where I could see that sterling silver working really nicely on this instrument. So, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, we appreciate you watching, appreciate your comments. So if you have any thoughts about what you heard, your experience with these bass trombones, how it compares with others, feel free to leave those comments below here. If you enjoyed the video, think about giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to our channel. We're always trying to create new, fresh content for you. Hopefully that's interesting, helpful for you. You can always find us as well on all of the social media channels. So thanks as always for watching, everybody.